Good afternoon, this is Paul. I've got a very interesting car behind me. It's a 1989 G Porsche 928 GT manual. I'd like to show you around. It's a very rare car for a number of reasons. The colour, which I believe is oak green, is very rare for this model. It's also got the 5-speed manual gearbox, and there are too few of those around nowadays. A lot of these came out of the factories automatics. A lot of the cars that you'll see on the internet are automatics as well. This is a 5-speed manual, as I said. It's got a dogleg gearbox, so first gear is where second gear would normally be, and reverse is where first gear is. So once you get your head around that, which doesn't take more than a few minutes really, you settle into the car really well. Now, it's not fully prepared. We put the car through Brooks Speed Porsche for a check and a service, and it's come out with a clean bill of health. We spent a little bit of money on it. We've had the rocket cover gaskets replaced, a few bits and pieces like that, and a service. So mechanically it's in really nice shape. Now, because of the type of car that it is and the type of owner that it attracts, I've taken the decision to do the video walk around before we've done any cosmetic preparation to it at all. And the reason I've done that is because I think I fit the profile of the kind of buyer for this car, and I would see really good value in understanding what the car looked like when it arrived. So here we go, and I'm just going to show you the car. So we've still got some preparation to do, but I think it's a beautiful looking thing. So anyway, I'm going to start with the back. So we've got a lovely, it's a lovely round back end. I think this car, when it first came out, was kind of very much like a bit sort of spaceship. It was very futuristic, and I think it's aged really well. The more I look at it, the more beautiful I think it is. You've got this lovely round and fat back end with that really neat spoiler. It's sitting on some really wide tyres, as you can see there. You've got twin exhaust pipes coming out the back, which give you quite a nice burble from that V8. It's on the D90 wheels, which are in the correct colour, and it's running on Continental's N-rated tyres all round. So I believe one of those is quite aged, so it's going to be replaced. But just looking down the side of the car here, all the swage lines, all the door gaps and all the panel gaps are all rather nice. The panels play out really well. There's no signs of filler and what have you, or rust, and the front wings look good and the bonnet looks nice. Now we do have a little bit of a cosmetic rash here, and it really is just purely cosmetic. There's nothing structural there, so we are going to have that painted, and it'll be painted really nicely. But I wanted to show you that just because obviously it will have fresh paint on it, and it's not because of accident damage or serious accident damage. It's just purely because of a little bit of paint work. The driver's wing is looking very nice. Again, looking at the gaps all round are good. It's a nice straight car. It's a really nice straight car. Again, the D90s are looking good. It's got black brake calipers tucked in behind there. I'm just going to take a look down the swage line of the driver's door. And if you look down there, there's no interruptions at all. It's just a lovely panel. It's just a really nice straight car. Yes, I'm going to have to source another rear light, that's fine. It's a much easier job than, well, it's nicer than saying it's been an accident, which clearly it hasn't. It's got a sunroof, as you can see. It's quite a short sunroof, but having driven it with the sunroof on, open, it certainly is positioned in the right spot. It's got this lovely interior, as you can see, the cream with the dark grey-blue piping. Extends to the rear seats, as you can see. And you can see this has got quite a stereo system. You've got 3 speakers in the back on either side. And then you have more speakers in the doors that you can see here. So it's got a decent sound system in it from what came out of the factory. You've got the manual gearbox. As I said, if you just look at where the gears are located, you can see it's a dogleg gearbox. And then you've got the opening shut sunroof and the door windows and the rear wiper there. I checked and everything works. Of course, it's also been checked by Brookspeed. The headlining is all in lovely condition. So it's a really good, honest car. There's a bit of recolonising to do on the leather, which we will do. There's a very nice leather lady that we use. Her name is Ruth, and she's very good at colouring leather. Mileage reading at the moment is 38,109 miles. I've got the ignition on so you can see that, but I'll turn it off again now. And you can see here the onboard computer lever is here, and then underneath on this side you've got cruise control as well. Your rear demist and your lights in the front and rear fogs and what have you. So, but just looking around, it's actually a really nice place to be. It's very comfortable. The seats are really nice. They're very supported. You can see there's lots of lateral support in them, both on the base and the back of the seat. And that's also true for the rear seats. But this really is truly a GT car. So I'm just going to pop the bonnet. So there is a 32 valve Porsche V8 tucked nicely in there. As I say, although it's been mechanically checked and the rocker covers or cam covers have come off and had new gaskets, and the car's been serviced as well. There are now no oil leaks at all in this car. The engine and gearbox feels nice and smooth. It's got plenty of power. It's a nice drive. You can see it's nice and straight under there. So of course this is the same model that Jeremy Clarkson unfortunately ended up leaving in Argentina. You can see it starts up nicely. The engine's ticking over. It's up to full temperature, pretty much up to full temperature, and you've got good oil pressure on idle, which is nice. The engine sounds good. Coming around to the back, you can hear it's a nice burble. So this would have been a very upmarket car, well, still is, when it was new. And it's a real joy to drive. So we've got all the history and bits and pieces in the office. I'll put the full specification together, so you'll see more details of the car on our website, which is www.clinkardcars.co.uk. Please drop us an email, pop us a text or a WhatsApp, and we'd be very happy to speak to you about it, or give us a call. But very nice, very rare car. It comes from my favourite stable, which is Porsche. So the build quality is just superb. And I think, being a manual car with such low mileage, we all know what happens with classic car prices, and Porsche, over and above all the other manufacturers, seems to be doing very, very well, especially with the 80s and 90s cars, and this is no exception. It's a beautiful thing. I hope you find this video useful. Thank you very much for watching.